Well, some shocking new court documents filed Friday alleging that disgraced rapper and producer Sean Diddy Combs is breaking more rules from behind bars. He's now accused of attempting to influence potential jurors. According to the documents, the music mogul is allegedly buying and using other inmates' phone time to communicate with people on the outside, while also enlisting his own children to promote positive social media campaigns to try to sway witnesses. The new allegations come as part of the prosecution's latest opposition to Combs' motion for bail filed November 8th after he was already denied bail by two other federal judges on those pending sex trafficking charges. So joining me now to break this all down is lawyer at the Lovell firm, Trey Lovell. Trey, great to see you. Thank you for your time today. What are your thoughts on these latest accusations against Combs? I mean, won't it be easy to prove whether or not he is trying to arrange three-way phone calls between, people that he can speak with and then having them make three-way calls, and also whether or not he is using other inmates' phone privileges? Isn't that pretty easy to determine whether or not it's happening?
I would think so, but it's really, the devil's in the details. So it's whether or not, even though he may be using other inmates' phones or using three-way to reach people that aren't authorized, who is he talking to? Is he actually tampering with witnesses? Is he furthering that? Or is he having more innocent conversations? Is this just a violation of prison rules, or is something going on here? So it's really more in the details. And with respect to the social media videos, I mean, having his family sing him happy birthday is not tampering with witnesses or influencing a potential jury pool. So it's really going to be the prosecution's burden to really show exactly what he's doing, that he's obstructing justice.
And Trey, this week there is yet another hearing to determine whether or not Combs can be released on bail. We know that has already been denied at least twice. What do you think happens in light of this new filing from prosecutors, in light of what we have seen from his other bail hearings?
Well, it's going to be an uphill battle in light of the last two hearings. But what attorneys really need to show is say, listen, we can make it so that we have home detention, home confinement. We restrict his access to phones and communications. We have 24/7 security monitoring. We can create a means to show that there's compliance and work with prosecutors. They really need to convince the court that they can create an environment where he's not going to be a flight risk and he's not going to tamper with witnesses. So if they can do that, and they should be able to do that, by imposing these very, restrictive conditions. But that's really what it's going to come down to.
So, Trey, how damning is the overall case right now against Diddy? And what do you think is the biggest potential, winning piece or pieces of evidence for the prosecution?
Well, listen, I think it's a compelling case. And the reason is you just have witness after witness, victim after victim, and all of these civil cases and the criminal indictment. There's a consistency with people's testimony of what he did and what happened. And when you have numerous people that are discussing and describing the same type of details, it tends to give some credibility to the case. So, it seems to be a compelling case. And what his lawyers need to do is take it brick by brick, witness by witness. They need to challenge the credibility. They need to challenge the memory. They need to just take every piece of this and challenge it and to dismantle this really compelling fortress that the prosecution seems to be bringing.
And last question here for you, Trey. What is the best strategy for the defense, and how likely do you think it is that Combs will ever again be a free man?
Well, I think for the defense, I mean, they're not really going to be able to deny that these parties happened, but they have to focus on that fact that they were consensual, that everybody that was there knew what was happening, wanted to be a part of it. There was nothing nefarious that happened. And that's really where the defense is. That being said, it's a tough hill to climb. There seems to be a lot of evidence. And Diddy's is going to have a tough road. It's very likely that he may spend the rest of his life in prison.
All right, Trey Lovell, thank you so much for weighing in. Really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.